Stay here for a moment and allow your heart to become still. You have carried something for a long time that was never meant to become a permanent part of your life. You have carried the memory of betrayal, questions that were never answered, words that were spoken without your knowledge, decisions that affected you without your consent, and disappointments that changed the way you trusted people. But this message is not here to keep you trapped inside that pain. This message is about the ending of that season. Archangel Michael brings a message of strength, protection, justice, restoration, and peace. The thing that tried to break your confidence does not have the final word over your life. The person who betrayed you does not have the final word over your future. The chapter that caused you to question yourself does not have the authority to define everything that comes after it. The snake that betrayed you has been destroyed. Not weakened, not delayed, and not simply hidden. The influence of that betrayal is coming to an end. Before you continue the message along with me, we request you to support this ministry by giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation on PayPal. You have the option to give special thanks with contributions of up to $222. This will help us continue our work and bring such beautiful Archangel Michael message for you. Remember, your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. Now, let's continue this message. For a long time, you may have felt that something was wrong even when you could not explain exactly what it was. Someone may have smiled at you while carrying different intentions in their heart. Someone may have spoken kindly while quietly working against you. Someone may have presented themselves as a friend while making choices that created pain in your life. You felt the difference. Your spirit noticed what your eyes could not always prove. There were moments when you wondered whether you were imagining things, whether you were overthinking, or whether you had misunderstood someone's behavior. You may have even apologized for noticing things that were genuinely hurting you. But now you are being reminded of something important. You do not have to spend the rest of your life proving what happened. You do not have to keep replaying every conversation. You do not have to keep reconstructing every moment. You do not have to keep asking yourself why someone treated you the way they did. There comes a moment when you must put the entire story down and allow heaven to deal with what you cannot change. Archangel Michael says, "Beloved child, release the weight. Release the conversations you never got to finish. Release the explanation you never received. Release the apology that never came. Release the version of the story you wished someone would finally admit. You have carried enough. There was a time when you had to protect yourself because you did not know who you could trust. You watched people's expressions. You studied their words. You noticed changes in their behavior. You became careful with what you shared. You learned to keep certain dreams private because you were afraid that someone might use your vulnerability against you. That survival instinct helped you through a difficult season, but it does not have to control your next season. You are allowed to become peaceful again. You are allowed to trust wisely again. You are allowed to laugh without wondering who is watching. You are allowed to dream without immediately imagining everything that could go wrong. If these divine messages and guidance from God and Archangel Michael bring peace, light, and protection to your life, and you wish to support our mission, you can express your gratitude by giving a special thanks or contribution of up to $222. You are allowed to open your hands again. The betrayal may have changed you, but it does not own you. The person who hurt you may have influenced a chapter of your life, but they do not control the ending. If you feel this message deeply, write 111 in the comments as a reminder that you are choosing a new beginning and releasing the weight of the past. Archangel Michael reminds you that there are battles that are won when you stop chasing the person who hurt you and start rebuilding yourself. There are battles that are won through silence. There are battles that are won through wisdom. There are battles that are won when you refuse to become like the person who wounded you. You do not need revenge. You need restoration. You do not need to destroy someone else. You need to become whole again. You do not need everyone to understand your story. You need peace with your own story. The ground beneath you may have felt unstable for a long time. You may have experienced moments when you wondered whether your life would ever feel normal again. One disappointment seemed to lead to another. One closed door appeared after another. Relationships changed. Plans fell apart. Opportunities disappeared. You began to wonder whether something was wrong with you. But hear this clearly. A closed door is not always a rejection of your worth. A delayed opportunity is not always proof that you have been forgotten. A betrayal is not proof that you are unworthy of love. A difficult season is not proof that your future will remain difficult. If these divine messages and guidance from God and Archangel Michael bring peace, light, and protection to your life, and you wish to support our mission, you can express your gratitude by giving a special thanks or contribution of up to $222. There is a difference between what happened to you and who you are. What happened to you is part of your story. It is not the definition of your identity. You have survived days that you once thought you could never survive. You have gotten through nights when your thoughts would not let you rest. You have continued even when nobody knew how much effort it required. You have carried responsibilities while your own heart was hurting. You have smiled while privately trying to understand how your life became so different from what you expected. And still, you continued. That matters. Your strength is not measured only by the victories people can see. Sometimes strength is simply getting up. Sometimes strength is choosing not to become bitter. Sometimes strength is forgiving yourself for trusting someone who did not deserve your trust. Sometimes strength is saying, I will not let what happened to me destroy what is still possible for me. That is where your new season begins. If you are ready to rebuild yourself with wisdom and strength, write 222 in the comments as a personal declaration that you are moving forward. The betrayal may have caused your generosity to become smaller, your trust to become guarded, your kindness to become cautious, and your openness to become selective. You may have started expecting disappointment before joy could even arrive. You may have looked at good news and immediately searched for the hidden problem. You may have received kindness and wondered what someone wanted in return. You may have been given an opportunity and immediately thought it would disappear. That is what prolonged betrayal can do to the heart. But that is not where your story ends. You are not being asked to become naive again. You are being invited to become wise without becoming bitter. There is a difference. Wisdom says, I have learned. Bitterness says, everyone is the same. Wisdom creates boundaries. Bitterness creates walls. Wisdom protects your heart. Bitterness locks your heart away. You do not need to return to the person you were before the betrayal. You are becoming someone stronger than that person, someone wiser, someone more discerning, someone who understands their value, someone who can recognize what peace feels like, someone who can recognize when a relationship is healthy and when it is draining, and someone who understands that love does not require self-abandonment. If these divine messages and guidance from God and Archangel Michael bring peace, light, and protection to your life, and you wish to support our mission, you can express your gratitude by giving a special thanks or contribution of up to $222. Your next season requires this wisdom. Archangel Michael's message is not simply that your enemy has been defeated. It is that you are no longer required to live as though the enemy is still standing at your door. The battle has changed. The season has changed. Your posture must change too. Stop looking backward every time you hear a noise behind you. Stop expecting the same betrayal to happen again. Stop punishing new people for old people's decisions. Stop allowing yesterday's pain to decide today's possibilities. Your future deserves a fair chance. There is also something you need to understand about the person who betrayed you. You may never receive the confession you wanted. You may never hear them say, "I was wrong." You may never receive the apology that would make the past easier to understand. You may never see them acknowledge how deeply their choices affected you. And although that hurts, you cannot make your healing dependent on their honesty. Your healing cannot wait for someone else's maturity. Your peace cannot depend on someone else's apology. Your future cannot remain frozen until someone from your past finally understands what they did. There comes a point when you hand the record over to heaven and say, "I am finished carrying this." That is freedom. You do not have to forget what happened. You simply have to stop living inside it. The memories may remain, but their power can decrease. The story may remain, but the pain can lose its authority. The lesson may remain, but the fear can leave. You can remember without reliving. You can understand without reopening the wound. You can move forward without pretending that nothing happened. There is a future waiting for you that does not require you to remain loyal to your pain. Your family is part of this restoration too. Some of the patterns you experienced may have existed long before you. Patterns of fear, patterns of silence, patterns of conflict, patterns of financial anxiety, patterns of emotional distance, and patterns of people carrying pain without speaking about it. But patterns can stop. Someone has to decide that the cycle ends here. Someone has to choose a different response. Someone has to say, "This pain will not be passed forward." Perhaps that person is you. If you are choosing to break old patterns and create a healthier future, write 333 in the comments as a declaration that the cycle ends with you. If these divine messages and guidance from God and Archangel Michael bring peace, light, and protection to your life, and you wish to support our mission, you can express your gratitude by giving a special thanks or contribution of up to $222. You may be the one who teaches the next generation that love can be safe. You may be the one who teaches your children that emotions can be spoken instead of hidden. You may be the one who teaches them that boundaries are not cruelty. You may be the one who teaches them that asking for help is not weakness. You may be the one who teaches them that financial wisdom is possible even when previous generations struggled. You may be the one who creates a home where people can breathe. That is not a small assignment. The healing of one person can influence an entire family. The peace of one person can change the atmosphere of a home. The decision of one person can interrupt a pattern that has existed for years. You do not have to fix everything at once. Begin with yourself. Begin with your thoughts. Begin with your reactions. Begin with the way you speak to yourself. Begin with the way you allow yourself to rest. Begin with the boundaries you have been afraid to establish. Begin with the dreams you stopped allowing yourself to imagine. There are people who have been waiting for relationships to return to what they once were. Perhaps a family member became distant. Perhaps someone you love stopped communicating. Perhaps a relationship that once felt warm became cold. Perhaps there are people whose names you have not seen on your phone for a long time. You cannot force restoration. You cannot chase someone into becoming ready. You cannot control another person's heart. But you can prepare your own heart for whatever healthy restoration may come. If someone returns, let the return be guided by wisdom. If someone apologizes, listen carefully. If someone changes, allow their actions to demonstrate that change over time. If someone does not return, allow yourself to continue living. Your future cannot depend on one person's decision. You are still allowed to have joy. You are still allowed to build. You are still allowed to love. You are still allowed to move forward. Your home can become peaceful again. Maybe there was a time when your home felt full of laughter. Maybe conversations once filled the rooms. Maybe people gathered around your table. Maybe children ran through the house. Maybe music, voices, meals, and ordinary moments made the place feel alive. Then something changed. Perhaps grief entered. Perhaps conflict entered. Perhaps distance entered. Perhaps betrayal changed the atmosphere. A home can become quiet when hearts are tired. But quiet does not have to mean permanent emptiness. You can begin again. Cook something you enjoy. Open the windows. Let sunlight into the rooms. Speak kindly. Invite peace into your home through the choices you make every day. Do not wait for everything to become perfect before allowing yourself to enjoy your life. There is beauty in ordinary restoration. A peaceful morning. A warm meal. A sincere conversation. A phone call from someone you love. A quiet evening without fear. A good night's sleep. A genuine laugh. These things may seem small, but after a difficult season, they can feel enormous. If you are believing for peace to return to your home and heart, write 444 in the comments as a reminder that you are choosing peace over fear. Your joy is not insignificant. Your peace is not insignificant. Your ability to breathe deeply and feel safe in your own home is not insignificant. These are signs that your life is becoming yours again. There is also restoration concerning the places where you have felt overlooked. You may have worked hard while someone else received recognition. You may have contributed while someone else took credit. You may have been loyal while someone else was rewarded. You may have watched opportunities move toward people who seemed less deserving. That can create a deep frustration. You start wondering whether honesty matters. You start wondering whether integrity matters. You start wondering whether anyone notices your effort. But your value does not disappear because another person failed to recognize it. Your work still matters. Your character still matters. Your consistency still matters. Do not allow another person's ability to overlook you to become the measure of your worth. Sometimes your next opportunity will come from a completely different direction. Sometimes the door that opens is not the door you expected. Sometimes what looks like rejection becomes redirection. Sometimes being removed from one environment protects you from becoming trapped there forever. You do not know everything that is happening behind the scenes. That is why you must stop assuming that every delay means defeat. There are things being prepared that you cannot yet see. Your responsibility is to remain ready. Keep learning. Keep building. Keep praying. Keep improving. Keep your heart clean. Keep your boundaries strong. Keep your eyes open. Do not allow disappointment to convince you to stop preparing for your future. Your financial life is also part of the restoration of your peace. Money can become a source of fear when you have experienced repeated uncertainty. Bills can create anxiety. Debt can create shame. Unexpected expenses can make you feel as though you are constantly trying to catch up. You may have sat at a table calculating numbers again and again, trying to make everything fit. You may have smiled in public while privately worrying about how you would handle the next responsibility. But financial difficulty does not make you a failure. You are not less valuable because your account balance is not where you want it to be. You are not less deserving because you have made financial mistakes. And you do not need to hide your struggle from yourself. Look at your situation honestly. Learn. Plan. Build. Make wise decisions. Ask for appropriate help when you need it. Do not let shame keep you from taking practical steps. If you are choosing wisdom, discipline, and a healthier relationship with your finances, write 555 in the comments as a reminder that you are taking control of the choices you can make. The restoration of your finances can begin with clarity. Know what comes in. Know what goes out. Know what you owe. Know what you can change. Know what you need to protect. And then move forward one step at a time. Faith does not require you to ignore reality. Faith can give you courage to face reality without being destroyed by fear. There may also be opportunities ahead that you did not expect. A conversation. A new connection. A job opportunity. A project. A business idea. A person who recognizes something in you that others overlooked. Do not assume that every unexpected opportunity is a trap. Discern it. Examine it. Ask questions. Move wisely. But do not close every door simply because one door once hurt you. Your past should make you discerning, not permanently afraid. You may also experience moments when someone from your past attempts to return. Remember this. A return is not automatically restoration. Look at the fruit. Look at consistency. Look at accountability. Look at whether the person has changed. Look at whether your peace increases or decreases around them. You do not owe anyone access to you simply because they have returned. Forgiveness and access are not the same thing. You can forgive someone and still maintain a boundary. You can release anger without reopening a door. You can wish someone well without inviting them back into your life. That is maturity. That is wisdom. And that is part of the protection you are learning. Archangel Michael's message is also about your inner strength. You have spent too much time thinking that strength means never feeling anything. You are allowed to feel. You are allowed to cry. You are allowed to admit that something hurt. You are allowed to say, that was difficult. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to acknowledge that you were disappointed. Feeling does not make you weak. It makes you human. The goal is not to become emotionless. The goal is to become emotionally free. There is a difference. Freedom means your emotions can move through you without controlling your entire life. You can feel anger without becoming cruel. You can feel sadness without losing hope. You can feel disappointment without giving up. You can feel fear without allowing fear to make every decision. You can feel love without abandoning yourself. That is the kind of strength that will carry you forward. If you are choosing strength without bitterness, write 777 in the comments as a reminder that your heart can remain strong and peaceful at the same time. There is a version of you that existed before this betrayal. That person laughed more easily. That person dreamed without analyzing every possible failure. That person trusted more naturally. That person enjoyed simple things. You may think that person is gone. That person is not gone. But you are not going backward to become them again. You are bringing that light forward into a wiser version of yourself. You can become joyful again without becoming naive. You can become open again without becoming careless. You can become generous again without allowing people to exploit you. You can become hopeful again without ignoring reality. That is the restoration that matters. The betrayal tried to convince you that your softness was a weakness. It was not. Your softness was simply given to the wrong people. Your kindness was not the problem. Your heart was not the problem. Your ability to love was not the problem. The lesson is not to stop loving. The lesson is to love with discernment. There is a difference between being kind and being available to everyone. There is a difference between forgiveness and tolerating repeated harm. There is a difference between compassion and self-neglect. You are learning those differences now. Your boundaries are part of your healing. Your no can be strong. Your silence can be wise. Your distance can be necessary. Your decision to walk away can be an act of self-respect. You do not have to explain every boundary to everyone. You do not have to convince people that your boundary is reasonable. You simply have to live according to what you know is healthy for you. If these divine messages and guidance from God and Archangel Michael bring peace, light, and protection to your life, and you wish to support our mission, you can express your gratitude by giving a special thanks or contribution of up to $222. Your peace is worth protecting. Your future is worth protecting. Your family is worth protecting. Your purpose is worth protecting. And your heart is worth protecting. There are also nights when the past becomes louder. You lie down, and suddenly memories return. A conversation. A face. A betrayal. A moment you wish you could change. Your mind replays scenes because it is trying to make sense of something that did not make sense. When that happens, remind yourself, it is over. I survived it. I am here. I do not need to solve the past tonight. I can rest. Tomorrow will give me another opportunity to continue. You do not have to carry tomorrow's problems into tonight. Let the night be a place of rest. Let your body relax. Let your mind release what it cannot solve. If something requires action, write it down for tomorrow. If something cannot be changed, place it down. If something belongs to another person, give it back to them emotionally. You cannot control another person's decisions. You can control your own response. You can control whether you continue feeding the memory. You can control whether you continue checking what someone is doing. You can control whether you continue reading old messages. You can control whether you continue looking for evidence that the person regrets what they did. Sometimes the most powerful response is to stop looking. Stop checking. Stop waiting. Stop watching. Your life is happening now. Do not spend the present monitoring the past. There is a future that needs your attention. There are people who need the healthier version of you. There are opportunities that require your focus. There are dreams that require your energy. There are parts of yourself that need your care. Come back to yourself. If you are ready to stop looking backward and give your attention to the future, write 888 in the comments as a declaration that your focus is returning to your own life. You have spent enough time trying to understand other people. Understand yourself now. What do you need? What do you value? What kind of relationships do you want? What kind of home do you want? What kind of person do you want to become? What do you want your life to feel like? These questions matter. Your future will not be built by constantly reacting to your past. It will be built by intentionally choosing what comes next. There is also a deeper lesson in what happened. The betrayal showed you what you will no longer tolerate. It showed you the difference between words and actions. It showed you how quickly some people can change when circumstances change. It showed you that not everyone who calls themselves a friend is truly a friend. It showed you the importance of discernment. It showed you that your intuition deserves to be heard. It showed you that you can survive losing people. And perhaps most importantly, it showed you that you can survive losing the version of your future that you thought was guaranteed. That is a painful lesson, but it is also a powerful one. Because now you know that even when your plans collapse, you remain. Even when people leave, you remain. Even when opportunities disappear, you remain. Even when someone betrays you, you remain. And if you remain, there is still something to build. There is still something to become. There is still something to hope for. Your story is not finished. The chapter that ended may have been painful, but it was still only a chapter. Do not mistake the ending of one chapter for the ending of the book. The next chapter can be different. It can be calmer. It can be wiser. It can be healthier. It can contain people who respect you. It can contain opportunities that align with your values. It can contain a home that feels peaceful. It can contain financial stability built through wise decisions. It can contain relationships where communication replaces guessing. It can contain sleep without constant anxiety. It can contain laughter that does not feel forced. It can contain mornings when you wake up and realize that the first thing on your mind is no longer the person who hurt you. That is freedom. One day, you will notice that you went an entire day without thinking about them. Then perhaps a week. Then longer. Eventually, the memory will become information rather than an open wound. You will remember what happened without feeling like you are back there. That day will come through many small decisions. Every time you choose peace instead of checking, every time you choose rest instead of replaying, every time you choose yourself instead of chasing, every time you choose a healthy relationship instead of familiar chaos, every time you choose your future instead of your past, you are building that freedom. Your body may have carried stress for a long time. You may have noticed tension in your shoulders, a clenched jaw, restless nights, or a constant feeling of being on alert. Do not ignore your body. Give yourself permission to slow down. Rest when you can. Take care of yourself. If something physical concerns you, treat it with appropriate attention rather than assuming that every sensation is spiritual. Your spiritual life and your practical care can exist together. You can pray and also seek appropriate help. You can have faith and also make wise decisions. You can trust God and still take responsibility for your life. That is not a lack of faith. That is wisdom. The same applies to your emotional life. If you need support, seek it. If you need to talk to someone trustworthy, speak. If you need professional guidance, receive it. You do not have to carry everything alone. The betrayal may have taught you to isolate yourself, but isolation should not become your permanent home. Healthy community can be healing. Healthy friendship can be healing. Healthy family relationships can be healing. Healthy spiritual connection can be healing. You deserve relationships where you do not have to constantly wonder whether you are safe. You deserve people who can communicate honestly. You deserve people who can admit mistakes. You deserve people who celebrate your growth rather than secretly competing with you. You deserve relationships where your boundaries are respected. You deserve peace. And you must also become that kind of person for others. If you are choosing healthy relationships and a healthier life, write 999 in the comments as a reminder that an old chapter is closing and a new one is beginning. Do not let your betrayal turn you into someone who betrays. Do not let dishonesty teach you to become dishonest. Do not let cruelty teach you to become cruel. Do not let manipulation teach you to manipulate. The greatest victory is not becoming powerful enough to hurt the person who hurt you. The greatest victory is becoming free enough that you no longer want to. That is where the cycle truly ends. The snake is destroyed when its pattern no longer controls you. The betrayal loses power when it can no longer determine your character. The past loses power when it can no longer dictate your future. That is your victory. There will be moments when you are tempted to look back. When that happens, remember what you are building. You are building a life where peace is normal. You are building a life where your home feels safe. You are building relationships based on truth. You are building financial habits that create stability. You are building confidence that does not depend on other people's approval. You are building a heart that can love wisely. You are building a future that is not controlled by the people who once hurt you. Keep going. Do not underestimate the importance of small progress. One healthy decision matters. One honest conversation matters. One boundary matters. One night of rest matters. One moment of forgiveness matters. One step toward your goal matters. One decision not to return to an unhealthy situation matters. One morning when you choose hope matters. Your life can change through small choices repeated consistently. If these divine messages and guidance from God and Archangel Michael bring peace, light, and protection to your life, and you wish to support our mission, you can express your gratitude by giving a special thanks or contribution of up to $222. You do not need to know everything about the future today. You only need enough courage to take the next healthy step. The next step may be letting go. The next step may be apologizing to someone you love. The next step may be forgiving yourself. The next step may be organizing your finances. The next step may be applying for an opportunity. The next step may be resting. The next step may be walking away from something that repeatedly steals your peace. Whatever the next step is, take it with wisdom. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not disqualified. You are not too damaged to begin again. You are not too old to dream again. You are not too late. There is still life ahead. There is still purpose ahead. There is still love ahead. There is still peace ahead. There are still experiences you have never had. There are still people you have never met. There are still places you have never seen. There are still lessons that will make sense later. There are still reasons to wake up tomorrow with expectation. Archangel Michael's message is a call to stand again. Not in anger. Not in revenge. In strength. Stand with your head lifted. Stand knowing that betrayal did not destroy your identity. Stand knowing that the person who tried to reduce you does not determine your value. Stand knowing that your mistakes do not cancel your future. Stand knowing that your family patterns do not have to continue. Stand knowing that your finances can be rebuilt. Stand knowing that your relationships can become healthier. Stand knowing that your joy can return. Stand knowing that your peace can become stronger than your fear. If you are ready to stand again and move forward with courage, write 1111 in the comments as a declaration that you are entering a stronger and wiser season. The sword of Michael represents courage. Use that courage wisely. Cut away what no longer belongs in your life. Cut away the need for approval. Cut away the habit of replaying old conversations. Cut away the belief that everyone will hurt you. Cut away the shame. Cut away the constant comparison. Cut away the expectation of disaster. Cut away the belief that your best days are behind you. Then protect what remains. Protect your peace. Protect your family. Protect your time. Protect your attention. Protect your dreams. Protect your health. Protect your spiritual life. Protect your boundaries. Protect your future. You do not need to fight everyone. You need to know what deserves your energy. Not every accusation requires an answer. Not every rumor requires a correction. Not every person deserves access to your private life. Not every closed door deserves to be reopened. Not every relationship deserves another chance. Wisdom is knowing the difference. The betrayer may have wanted you to become consumed with them. Do not give them that victory. Live. Build. Grow. Laugh. Love. Rest. Create. Pray. Learn. Move. Let your life become the answer. One day, your success will no longer feel like revenge. It will simply feel like your life. Your peace will no longer feel like something you are proving. It will simply be your normal. Your joy will no longer be a response to someone's failure. It will be yours. Your family will no longer be defined by the old story. It will be defined by what you choose now. Your finances will no longer be a source of constant shame. They will become an area where you learn, plan, improve, and grow. Your relationships will no longer be built around fear. They will be built around honesty and mutual respect. This is what restoration looks like. It does not always arrive dramatically. Sometimes restoration is quiet. Sometimes it looks like waking up without dread. Sometimes it looks like saying no without guilt. Sometimes it looks like deleting an old conversation. Sometimes it looks like finally sleeping peacefully. Sometimes it looks like laughing at something ordinary. Sometimes it looks like realizing you are no longer waiting for someone to come back. Sometimes it looks like looking in the mirror and recognizing yourself again. That moment will come. Let it come naturally. Do not force it. Do not demand that healing happen on a schedule. Give yourself grace. You have survived a lot. You do not have to heal perfectly. You only have to keep moving toward freedom. There may be days when you feel strong and days when the old pain returns. That does not mean you have failed. Healing is not always a straight line. A difficult day does not erase your progress. A memory does not mean you are back at the beginning. A moment of sadness does not mean you have lost your faith. You can have a difficult day and still be healing. You can cry and still be strong. You can miss someone and still know that distance is necessary. You can forgive and still maintain boundaries. You can remember and still move forward. This is the maturity of the new season. You are not trying to become untouched. You are becoming unowned by your wounds. Your wounds may be part of your story. They do not get to become your master. There is something else you need to hear. Do not let the person who betrayed you become the person you spend the most time talking about. Even if you talk about them negatively, they are still occupying your attention. Bring your attention back to your own life. What are you building? What are you learning? Who are you becoming? Who are you helping? What are you grateful for? What needs your attention today? These questions will slowly move you out of the old story. The past wants repetition. The future requires participation. Participate in your future. Show up for your own life. You have shown up for other people for years. Show up for yourself now. You have carried other people's emotions. Carry your own dreams now. You have solved other people's problems. Give yourself permission to solve your own. You have been available for everyone. Become available to your own needs too. This is not selfishness. This is balance. And as you become healthier, your relationships can become healthier too. Your family can experience a different version of you. The people you love can see you calm instead of constantly anxious. They can see you establish boundaries without anger. They can see you communicate without fear. They can see you rest. They can see you enjoy life. That example can be more powerful than any speech. Your children, your family, and the people around you may learn from the way you rebuild yourself. You may never know how far your healing reaches. A peaceful person can change an entire room. A calm parent can change a household. A wise response can stop an argument from becoming another family wound. A healthy boundary can prevent years of resentment. A simple act of kindness can change someone's entire day. Your restoration is not only about you. It changes what you are able to give to others. But remember this, you cannot pour from an empty heart forever. You must receive rest too. You must receive care too. You must receive encouragement too. You must allow yourself to be supported. You do not always have to be the strong one. You do not always have to know what to do. You do not always have to hold everything together. Sometimes you can simply breathe. Sometimes you can say, I need help. Sometimes you can say, I do not know. Sometimes you can say, I am tired. There is no shame in that. You are human. And you are still worthy. The betrayal may have made you question your worth because someone treated you as though you were replaceable. But another person's decision does not determine your value. People leave for many reasons. People betray for many reasons. People fail because of their own character, fear, insecurity, selfishness, or confusion. Do not automatically translate someone else's failure into a statement about your worth. You are not less valuable because someone could not value you. You are not less lovable because someone did not know how to love you. You are not less worthy because someone chose badly. Remember that. Your worth is not up for negotiation. The new season begins when you stop negotiating it. You do not need to convince anyone that you deserve respect. You simply choose environments where respect exists. You do not need to convince anyone that your feelings are real. You simply honor them. You do not need to convince everyone to understand your boundaries. You simply maintain them. You do not need to convince the entire world that your story is true. You know what you experienced. And now you can move forward. Let heaven handle what you cannot. Let truth reveal itself in its own time. Let consequences belong to those who created them. Let your responsibility be your own life. You are not the judge of everyone. You are the steward of yourself. That is enough. There is peace in that. Your future does not require you to know what happens to the person who hurt you. Your future requires you to know what you will do next. That is where your power is. You can choose peace. You can choose wisdom. You can choose discipline. You can choose forgiveness. You can choose boundaries. You can choose patience. You can choose hope. You can choose to build. You can choose to stop chasing. You can choose to stop explaining. You can choose to stop checking. You can choose to stop returning to the same pain. Choose life. Choose the future. Choose the version of yourself that is free. If these divine messages and guidance from God and Archangel Michael bring peace, light, and protection to your life, and you wish to support our mission, you can express your gratitude by giving a special thanks or contribution of up to $222. The snake that betrayed you does not get another chapter. The old pattern does not get another generation. The fear does not get another year. The bitterness does not get another season. The betrayal does not get your future. Your future belongs to you and to the purpose you are called to walk in. So stand. Breathe. Release. Forgive what you are ready to forgive. Grieve what you need to grieve. Learn what you need to learn. Protect what you need to protect. And then keep walking. There is more ahead. There are mornings ahead that will feel different. There are conversations ahead that will surprise you. There are opportunities ahead that you cannot see yet. There are relationships ahead that will teach you that trust can be built again. There are moments ahead when you will realize that the thing you once thought destroyed you actually taught you how strong you are. There are days ahead when your past will no longer feel like a prison. It will simply be a place you came from. You will look back and say, I survived that. Then you will look forward and say, I am ready for what comes next. That is the declaration of this new season. You are not staying where betrayal left you. You are moving. You are healing. You are rebuilding. You are learning. You are becoming wiser. You are becoming stronger. You are becoming more peaceful. And you are becoming free. Archangel Michael's message is simple at the deepest level: the battle does not define you. The betrayal does not define you. The loss does not define you. The disappointment does not define you. The closed door does not define you. The mistake does not define you. The person who walked away does not define you. The person who lied about you does not define you. The person who underestimated you does not define you. You are still here. And because you are still here, your story continues. Let the old season close. Do not keep reopening the door just to see whether the pain is still inside. Close it. Walk away. Turn around. Look toward the light. Your future is calling you. Your peace is waiting for you. Your joy is waiting for you. Your purpose is waiting for you. And you do not need to know every detail of what comes next. You only need to take the next step. Take it. Then another. Then another. Until one day you look back and realize you are standing in a place you once prayed to reach. You will realize that the person who betrayed you is no longer the center of your story. You are. Your life is. Your purpose is. Your family is. Your peace is. Your future is. If you are ready to close the old chapter and step forward without carrying the same pain, write 1212 in the comments as a final declaration that you are choosing your future over your past. And you will understand that the greatest answer was never revenge. It was restoration. The greatest victory was never watching someone else fall. It was watching yourself rise. The greatest miracle was never proving them wrong. It was becoming free from needing their approval. The greatest transformation was never changing them. It was allowing yourself to change. So rise. Stand firmly. Walk forward. Leave the snake behind. Leave the betrayal behind. Leave the fear behind. Leave the constant questioning behind. Carry only what belongs to the future. Carry wisdom. Carry courage. Carry faith. Carry love. Carry boundaries. Carry hope. Carry peace. And remember this final truth: what tried to break you does not get to decide what you become. The betrayal was a chapter. It was not the ending. The pain was real, but so is your future. The loss was real, but so is restoration. The tears were real, but so will be the laughter. The sleepless nights were real, but peaceful nights can come again. The closed doors were real, but new doors can open. The disappointment was real, but hope can return. The enemy's attempt was real, but it did not have the final word. You are still standing. And now it is time to walk. Walk into peace. Walk into wisdom. Walk into restoration. Walk into a life where your past is remembered, but no longer obeyed. Walk into a future where your heart is protected, but not imprisoned. Walk into relationships where truth is valued. Walk into opportunities where your gifts can grow. Walk into a home where peace has room to breathe. Walk into financial wisdom and stability one decision at a time. Walk into rest. Walk into joy. Walk into the life that is still waiting for you. Archangel Michael's message is complete, but your journey is not. The snake is destroyed. The betrayal is behind you. The cycle can end with you. The future is still yours. Now choose it. And keep walking. Amen. Before you leave, if this message helped you in any way, you can bless this ministry by giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation on PayPal. You have the option to give special thanks with contributions of up to $222. You can help this mission. By doing so, you are sowing into the awakening, deliverance, and restoration of souls who are still trapped in darkness. God bless you.